Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to be responding to a video that Sirwinner just uploaded. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. It'll be linked down below. In his video, he stated things that he thinks should be changed or added to Rust. And in my video today, I'm going to be responding to the things he said, as well as adding a couple points that I think should be added to Rust. Before I start this video, I want to point out that yes, this video is going to be almost an exact replica of Sirwinner's video. So definitely go check out his video. Once again, it's linked down below. With that being said, let's get into this. So the first thing we have is lower crafting time for bullets and weapon mods. In Sirwinner's video, he points out that it can take like a half an hour to craft a full kit for one person, including meds and some weapon mods. And that's just ridiculous, man. I don't see a reasoning for why the bullets take so long to craft. I see no issue with it being like 5 seconds for each bullet or something. Sirwinner pointed out that it still would cost the exact same amount of materials, but there's really no reason for bullet crafting time to be as much as it is. It's not like you're crafting bullets in the middle of a gunfight. Everyone that's crafting bullets is sitting in their base just AFK. So there's really no reason for it to take very long at all. So I agree with Sirwinner when it comes to lower crafting times for bullets. Sirwinner also pointed out that he wants lower crafting times just in general. One of the biggest things, especially for me, what I see a problem with is when people are raiding and they find a full chest of stone or something, what they can do is grab all that stone and then start crafting high external walls, because high external walls take, I think, 2 minutes each to craft. So what you can do is fill your inventory with stone, craft a ton of stone walls, and then fill your inventory with more stuff. I don't think that that should be a thing for raiding. And really, again, just like the bullets, there's no real reason for the walls to take that long to craft. If you made the crafting like 30 seconds each, it would stop people from raiding like that, and there's no reason not to. Another point that Sirwinner brought up is lowered cost for armored walls and doors. Armored walls and doors are just ridiculously expensive to make. The doors, not as much as the walls. The walls are just ridiculous, man. You never see armored walls, and that's for a reason. It would take 800 high qual to upgrade a 2x2 into armored walls. So I think that's just ridiculous, and honestly, I think that they should lower the price for armored walls. Armored doors, not so much. I think those are okay where they're at. Maybe lower the price a little bit, maybe like one less gear or something. I think armored doors are in the right spot because they are pretty powerful. But I do agree with, I think armored walls should be lowered in cost. I mean, you never see armored walls anywhere, and that's because they're just insanely pricey to make, and they're just not worth. So our next topic is my main point that I want to cover in this video, and that is a better bow. The compound bow has been a talk in Rust for quite some time now, and basically all it is just a higher tiered bow that can compete at like mid-tier combat. What I mean by mid-tier is like semi-auto rifle and road sign. I consider low tier like bows and wood armor, mid-tier being like semi-auto rifles, the P2 and road sign armor, and then obviously the high tier being AKs, bolties, M2s, and heavy armor. So I think it'd be really cool to see a bow be able to compete at mid-tier combat. In his video, Sirwinner states that it should cost high quality to make, which I don't exactly agree with. The semi-auto rifle takes 450 frags, a semi-auto body, and a spring to make. So if we're building a bow that is supposed to be able to compete with that, I don't think it should cost high qual. I think it should be more along the lines of what the semi-auto rifle costs. I think the bow should cost about like 200, 250 metal frags, and then the bow shaft, which is a new component I'd like to see added, is a bow shaft or a bow frame or a bow body, whatever you want to call it. It would work exactly like SMG bodies, rifle bodies, semi-auto rifle bodies, and you would need a bow frame to craft the compound bow. I believe it should cost about 250 metal frags, a bow frame, and then maybe a rope or 100 cloth or something. I think it'd be really cool to see bows used past Wipe Day. The next thing Serwinner wanted to see added was shields, and that's to bring melee combat more into the meta. PvP is really dominated by bows on Wipe Day and then guns on the rest, basically. Melee weapons aren't the most useful thing unless you don't have a bow already or you don't have a gun and you have to melee. Even then, you have to get really close for the melee weapons to be effective. Serwinner suggested that shields should be added. There should be different tiers of shields, like a metal shield and a wooden shield that could block bullets and could block arrows, you know, whatever, just to make melee combat more viable. I sort of agree with Serwinner. I think it'd be cool to see melee combat brought more into the meta, but I think adding a riot shield is really sketchy. They'd have to work on it quite a bit and make sure they have it balanced before they add it, because a riot shield that can completely block bullets is potentially devastating to a high level PvP, because if you could just carry around a riot shield and not be able to get shot, you could just stand there and wait for someone to run out of ammo and then pull out your gun and kill them. I think if they're gonna add shields, it should work like the armored door, where it has a kind of hatch at like head level. Also, I think it should work like the Call of Duty riot shields, where if you're standing up, you could get shot in the feet, and the only way to be fully protected is by crouching. But also, I think there should be a small hatch about head level, so even if you are crouching, as long as the dude has good aim that you're fighting against, you could still get killed. I do think shields could be a really cool potential addition to the game, though. That's about it for the things I wanted to respond to in Serwinner's video. There is more that he states that I did not restate, so make sure you go watch his video to get the full content. So some things I want to see added to the game is, first, and I really want to see this added to the game, is a predictable recoil pattern for the AK. So I played a lot of Counter-Strike, and if you guys don't play Counter-Strike, when you spray the AK in Counter-Strike, it always has the exact same recoil pattern. And good Counter-Strike players have that recoil pattern memorized to where they can spray and hit the same point almost every single bullet. The AK in Rust it just feels random. Just recently they did an update reducing the aim cone, which made the AK feel a lot more controllable, but made it a lot more noob friendly, which a lot of people complained about, and I don't blame them. The AK is crazy easy to just spray right now, but earlier it was a little bit too hard. Even the best of players couldn't control the spray perfectly. I think the perfect middle ground between the two would be adding a predictable recoil pattern like the AK does in Counter-Strike. So if you are holding mouse 1, if you are spraying and you know the recoil pattern perfectly, you can move your mouse in a way to compensate for the recoil and keep it on target. Rather than what we see right now is basically hold mouse 1 and move your mouse down a little bit and your spray is going to stay dead on. I think a consistent recoil pattern would be an awesome addition to the game. So my last topic, and it's not a super important or big topic that I want to cover, it's better weapon sounds for certain guns, specifically the bolt action rifle. The bolt action rifle is supposed to be like the hardest hitting gun in the game, and it does not sound like that. It doesn't sound powerful at all. I'd really like to see the bolt action sound a lot more beefy and loud. Also, I would like to see a new sniper added to the game that is even better than the bolt action. I think it'd be really cool if there was like a 50 cal sniper that did a lot of damage and sounded like a beast, because honestly the PvP meta is dominated by AKs. You don't see a whole lot of bolties used. People do use bolt actions, don't get me wrong, but most of the people that use bolties just roof camp with them. So I'd like to see a more powerful sniper added that could compete in like roaming battles, if you want to call them that. I want the sniper to be added to the loot pool of the helicopter along with the M249. So if you took down a heli, not only did you have a chance of getting an M249, but also this badass sniper rifle. I think that just about wraps up what I want to see added to Rust. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like. Be sure to check out my other videos. I do a ton of Rust stuff, and subscribe if you enjoy. Also, if there's something that you would like to see added to Rust, leave it down in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys have to think. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.